Pleased with pre-season so far, Ben?
Yeah, I am delighted. The physicality that we've come back in, the condition of the players has been tremendous. The whole team looks as if they've taken on board what we were saying to them at the end of last season. You've got to look after yourself. We've got limited time to keep our fitness up during the season. You've got to come back in the best physical shape, and in fairness to them, they have done. That's been top draw, so I've been very pleased. We physically look a strong side, stronger than we did last year, so that's pleasing.
Yeah, is it pleasing to get, obviously you got signed for a last season squad on board, and they're very key players. Is that a massive part to build on now for the coming season?
Yeah, it's important now to sign a few more, Shane Sutton, Luke Boundford, those type of players. And then we have the nucleus of the side, which is going to be paramount to us. So it was really pleasing that AJ, Cookie, etc. signed for us. We're just hoping now that in the next week I can sign another 4, and then we can build up and try and get to 12, 13, 14 players in the next 2 weeks, hopefully.
You're pleased with, you brought obviously Mike Platt's come in for Robbo in goal, and you've got Jeff White. Are they pleased with them? Have they been training so far? Or?
Yeah, no, I've been delighted with both of them. Jeff hasn't, because he's right down in the Cardiff area. He's coming up this Saturday. But Mike's come on board and done well, and obviously got to get to know the players. But no, I've been pleased with those two, and I think they'll be a big signing for us.
How did the Jeff White move come about? Because he was at Llanelli last season. He lives a considerable amount away. Was there any other clubs in for him? Was there a competition?
Yeah, there was. I mean, I spoke to him about a week after the season finished, and said my interest and what we can offer you, and what the club's about. He then had talks as well with Aberystwyth, and to be honest, I thought, well, that's dead and buried now. He'll go to Aberystwyth because they've got a bigger budget than we have. But it's funny because Mark Jones, the ex-Port Talbot manager, rang me up a couple of weeks ago and said, look, I've been speaking to him, and he put a good word in. He said, look, the football that you want to play is what Bernie McNally wants to play at Newtown. So he had quite a big say on it, and he said, don't always go for the biggest money, for an extra 50 quid. Sometimes it's about your football. If you're enjoying it, you'll play better, you'll score more goals. And so, I was very pleased that Mark held me in that esteem, and the club in that esteem. And so through that, and through me speaking to him, we've managed to say, look, put your signature with us and come see what it's like till Christmas, and I'm sure it'll be a big impact.
Have you got any more irons in the fire, any new signings in the next few weeks? Or
there's 1 or 2 we're just looking at. We've got 1 or 2 trialists that are coming at the moment, but obviously with the budget that we have got, I've got to trim things down a little bit, and I need to be very selective on the amount of players. I can't do what Airbus doing, 20 odd players. We've got to go for that kind of 14 and maybe 3 or 4 youth players. And that's the way we'll have to be, and we'll have to hope that we can deal with the injuries.
Have you got any predictions for the season so far? Any goals you want to set? Do you want to be in that top 6 come the end of January, or do you think that's beyond the players, or do you think that's in there?
Well, that's the dream of everybody who's in the bottom 6. But behind the scenes, we'll say, right, can we kind of attain that? It's going to be a tall order. It's going to be a tough season again. I think I'd like to try and set a target. Could we get to that 7th spot? That's the position at this moment in time. And if we fall short, we went to 8th, well, that's 1 place better than what we finished this year. But I'm sure if we can score more goals with the possession that we play and the type of football we play, I think it wouldn't be beyond us to try and go for that 7th. And then once you're in that place, like we found this season that's just gone, come around Christmas, then if you're in that 7th or 8th spot, there's always an opportunity to try and sneak into the 6th spot. So, I won't set too high a target for the players, but we'll just kind of go at it and say, right, let's try and aim for that and see if we can improve on last year.